to the Highlander Rewatch Podcast, the podcast where each and every week we talk about another facet of the Highlander universe. I'm one of your rewatchers. I'm Keith.
This is Kyle.
This is Eamon.
All right, and welcome to Chronicle number 6. We've been doing a lot of these. Six of them, in fact.
In fact, that is a lot. That's more than I would have cared to do at the beginning of the pandemic.
That's true.
Frankly.
So to remind all the listeners, we're kind of taking a break from our regular season 6 coverage to just, because we're not able to be in the studio together. We want to give you the best show we can when we get back into season 6. So we're just taking a break while we all have to be quarantined and, chatting about how life is. And we're going to be plowing through some reader mail that has been piling up on the shelves. So.
Yeah, it's great. It's finally a benefit from having a backlog of listener mail.
That's right. How have you guys been holding up?
Pretty good. I've been testing the waters of where I can go without a mask and stirring up trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where have you gotten the most pushback?
Probably the Kroger.
The Kroger?
Emergency room.
That's right. No, yeah, the emergency room. No, I haven't been doing that. I've been inside.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing.
Watching lots of cartoons like an adult 35-year-old man.
What cartoons have you been watching?
Ditto.
Yeah, I've been watching Samurai Jack. I'm
Nice.
finally on season 5, which is really good if you haven't seen that.
Nice. That I just added that to my queue on YouTube TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Nice.
all on there.
It's really good. Season 5 is really good.
Cool.
I watched some of the Disney's Gargoyles cartoon.
That's in my queue to watch.
Oh, is it an Age of Fear?
It is.
An Age of Gargoyles. Really, all I remember about that is the opening sequence, and Jonathan Frakes is the villain, whose name begins with like an X for some reason.
Yeah.
There we go.
And he's not like doing a voice. He's just Jonathan Frakes. Like, I expect him to be like, did you ever, what are those beyond belief fact or fiction?
Oh, yes.
I love those.
Yeah. Like those intros where he just like rides in on a like scooter or something.
Did you see the slowed down version of them? I might have sent that to you guys.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, somebody took all of like a huge series of those intros and slowed his voice down so much so it makes him sound really drunk. And it's
I've seen
it. You ever responded to a voice and then turned around and there was no one there? And like it's just like 50 of those in a row.
That's good.
And it's like really funny at first, then it wears thin, and then it becomes hysterical again.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's a real winner.
The weird thing about Samurai Jack and Gargoyles, if I can vamp a little bit for a minute, all they ever fight are robots.
Naturally.
Because they can't like kill people.
Right.
But on Samurai Jack, like he's like hacking the robots to pieces. Like oil's flying everywhere. And on Gargoyles, it's like the Ninja Turtles where like all they can do is throw bad guys. Unless it's a robot. Like there's one episode where there's a Xanatos robot for some reason. And Goliath, like he's the main gargoyle. He like takes he takes Xanatos' head and like crushes it in between his claws.
Mm-hmm.
And like he shrieks before his head explodes. Jesus Christ.
Did he know it was a robot, or was he just trying to pop his head like a melon?
I don't know. It was like kind of fucked up.
Wow.
But Gargoyles is definitely like, it's not like, this is like the nerdiest thing I'll ever have said. Like Samurai Jack is a cartoon like everyone can enjoy. Like all ages can watch that cartoon. Gargoyles for the most part is like, it's for kids. Like it's not really, you can't really rewatch it as a 35-year-old man.
And get that much out of it.
Yeah. There are some good episodes, but yep.
I will delete that from my Disney Plus queue.
I might be wrong, but I kind of felt the same as you did on the X-Men cartoon, Kyle.
Yeah, that held up so strangely.
Yeah. The X-Men cartoon, though, is just like unintentionally very funny.
Yeah, like all the time.
Yeah.
There was the Morlock Christmas episode. Oh, mama.
Is that where Wolverine's carving the turkey?
Oh yeah, with his claw and
It is meant to be like him carving the turkey with his claw, but this doesn't look right.
yeah. There's also a lot of like whatever they decided to do with Gambit's voice in that episode is just amazing. Like his obsession with cooking. Gambit does not make TV dinners.
Oh damn, a little jambalaya.
It's what a treat.
The Raging Cajun.
Right.
James Carville, my favorite X-Men.
He's balder than Professor X. That's his.
Oh, yeah.
Is Cajun like an ethnicity?
Yes.
I think it's like no other X-Man like goes by their like ethnicity. Like I can't even think of one. The tireless Irish. I don't know.
Yeah.
But those are my cartoon thoughts. 35-year-old man.
Oh, Eamon, I for one have been enjoying your recent cartooning endeavors.
Yes, thank you.
Basically, it seems like you've stepped up your output lately. It's been really fun.
I have. So my scanner broke. So I got an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil. And I've been using the program Procreate. And that has helped me draw more so I don't go crazy during these times.
Well,
Eamon, what is your Instagram handle if people want to follow you?
Oh, yes, it's Eamon B. Doc.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Eamon B. Doc. Check
Eamon
it
B.
out.
Doc.
Some of these cartoons
Give
are
it a
very
follow.
funny.
Yeah.
Also, I love that you posted a picture of the Phantom and just said comments disabled.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to hear no flack on the Billy Zane Phantom movie.
I like that movie. I'm with you, man.
That movie is so bad.
I enjoy it. I didn't say it's not bad. I just said I enjoy it. But I also don't think it's bad.
I like it.
I think it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's very cheesy.
But intentionally so, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that a Robert Evans production?
Oh, I believe it is.
I think it is. How about that?
The kid stays in the picture.
That's right.
He's dead.
Throwing some muscle behind that movie.
Mm.
You remember
Still
the
flopped.
You remember the Robert Evans cartoon?
It's remarkable. We lived in a time when they thought, let's make a comedy cartoon about a famous Hollywood producer.
Yeah.
I do not remember this.
I watched that cartoon.
I did too. It was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. I have to look it up now.
All right. Kyle, what have you been doing while Eamon Googles things?
What have I been doing? I've finally been playing some more video games, which has been nice.
Nice, me too. What have you been playing?
So I've been playing this game Slay the Spire, which is Italian Chef Kiss. It's like an indie, like deck building kind of game that's like punishingly difficult. Like you die all the time, but it's really satisfying and extremely addicting. So I've been doing that. I finally beat the Shadows over Mordor game. I've lots of thoughts about its ending. It was fun. It's made me want to rewatch the Lord of the Rings movies, though. What else have I been playing?
In it?
What's that?
Can you be a halfling in it?
You cannot.
What?
You play a Ranger of Gondor possessed by a ghost.
Ooh.
And like, I don't know, the plot gets very strange very quickly, but like you can take over orcs' minds in a way that makes me uncomfortable because that sounds very evil. You might not be a good guy.
Yeah, wow.
But so that's pretty fun. And then I don't know, other than that, I've been playing a lot of Commander still. There's a new bit of software out there called Spell Table that's optimized for playing during quarantine, and that's been totally amazing. So yeah, those are my updates, and I've been watching Dragon Ball Super because I too am a child.
Nice. How's that?
It's okay. It's weird. It's got a lot of fan service in it, but they let Krillin do things, so I'm all on board.
I do like Krillin.
Huh?
I do like Krillin.
Damn straight. Keith has no idea what we're talking about.
Nope. It's okay though, because I also don't care. So talk away.
Krillin is Goku's best friend, Keith.
Oh, it's friendship. I'll let
Keith,
friendship thrive.
What are your thoughts on friendship, Keith?
It seems good.
Seems good. You're lightly proud.
I've never experienced it myself.
And I guess on a more serious note, watched Plot Against America.
What is that?
Huh?
What's that?
It is the HBO miniseries based on a Philip Roth novel by the same name that envisions an alternate history in which Charles Lindbergh unseats FDR for his third term. And horror ensues.
Wow.
But it's a very slow burn about like the potential rise of fascism in America. It's very dark, but it's incredible. It's really well done. Winona Ryder's in it. She's great.
I love Winona.
And who's the pizza shop guy from
Papa John?
Do the Right Thing?
Oh, he just died this year.
He's still alive. The younger guy in that movie.
Oh, John Turturro?
John Turturro's in it and plays an amazing and tragic character.
Very good.
Could not recommend it enough.
Good.
I saw John Turturro at a farmer's market in Brooklyn, and I was too much of a wuss to approach him.
What was he buying? Some rainbow kale or chard?
He was buying, I think that is what he was buying.
See?
How did you know?
It comes through in his acting.
That's a great point.
Yep. He's always eating rainbow chard in his movies.
Rainbow chard. To the Plot Against America, I follow the writer of that show, David Simon, on Twitter.
Yes, it's the guy who did The Wire and Treme is behind it.
Yeah, he's good. And I saw these people tweeted at him like, I'm not watching your show because when they said the Pledge of Allegiance, they don't say under God. That's part of the pledge. And he's like, yeah, that was added after this date. This show takes place before that.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
That is funny.
Because people are idiots. That was added in like 54. The entire show takes place in like the 30s and the beginning of like the late 30s, beginning of the 40s.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, use this thing called Google that is probably like right next to your tweet thing.
Yeah, like it would have taken less effort for them to figure out they were wrong than to tweet at him.
Right.
But yeah. So that Robert Evans cartoon was called Kid Notorious.
That's right.
Notorious.
And he was like, was he very small? Was the animation squat or no? Am I misremembering that and getting confused with Shorties watching Shorties?
I think you might be. They just had big heads.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can't believe I watched this cartoon that only has 9 episodes.
Is it streaming now? Can people go to their YouTube and see this?
Oh, that's a good question. Kid Notorious.
Well, Eamon looks for that. I've been playing some video games. I've been playing the PlayStation 4 Rayman game.
Oh, how's that?
Fantastic. It's a beautifully animated game. It's funny. It's easy to play. It's great. Previous to that, I played a Sonic the Hedgehog game. I think I've mentioned my love of Sonic on this podcast before. Yeah. But I also full well know that most of the games are terrible. This was perhaps the worst. I got Sonic Forces a number of weeks ago because it was very cheap. And oh boy, this game stinks. It's awful. I was yelling at the TV. It sucked so bad.
Nice. Sounds about right.
So I blew through it. I'm never going to play it again. Yep. Big shrug on that.
Hell of a thing you did.
Yeah.
Get those rings, baby. Jim Carrey.
I still have not seen that movie, that film.
I was going to see it, and I saw 1917 instead.
That seems like the right move.
Yeah. 1917 was great. Loved it.
It was very good.
It was very good in the theaters as well. That's one of those I was glad I saw on the biggest screen. That was the final movie I saw in theaters prior to this lockdown.
I think the final one for me was The Invisible Man, which I saw right after 1917.
Last movie I saw was Cats.
Ooh,
Wow.
Jellicle.
That's right. It was worth it though. I had fun.
Mr.
Release the butthole cut.
Oh yeah, the butthole.
Are you guys excited about that Justice League news, or do you
No.
not care?
Finally, the Snyder Cut.
Fucking no. That sounds like it's going to be a worse version. Like, if there's one thing I feel in my bones, it's that more Zack Snyder will make this movie, an already poor movie, worse.
How about spending $30 million on putting it all together?
Reshoots. We got to be careful. We don't want these Snyder Cut guys after us.
That's right.
They are
More of the
insane.
Snyder cut us.
They're insane. These people.
I don't understand. Like, I don't see the appeal of Zack Snyder just as a general concept. So I really don't understand why like people are so amped to see his version of this shit film.
I mean, I honestly am just curious. Like, how often do we get to see two versions of like the same movie? Like, I think that'll be interesting to see what Joss Whedon changed and stuff.
Yeah. I was texting my friend about this last night, oddly enough, and I said the only way I still haven't seen Justice League the movie. Like,
well, it stinks.
You're about to get a double header.
Yeah. Oh, I should watch them both side by side. I said I would watch it if they put Henry Cavill's mustache back.
Wow.
Then I would watch it.
I do not care for that guy.
Superman with a mustache.
Yeah. Though I thought he was good in The Witcher. I do not care for his Superman, like one bit.
I don't like it either that much. He was good in Mission Impossible, whatever.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one. They haven't seen The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
No.
Oh, I heard that was good.
I heard that was good too.
Reader mail.
That's right. Well, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of reader mail about that Snyder Cut talk.
Fuck you guys, you fucking cooks.
Oh boy. Here we go, guys. All right. Well, I'll kick off with the first one. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So our first email comes from Jim S. And this email is about the episode Duende. This email was received September 3rd, 2019. So
Never forget.
that's right. In 4 months, that'll be a year, right? Yikes. All right. Great podcast as always, fellas. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't make a couple of pedantic points. First, as to Anthony DeLonge's clapping, I have the DVD, and they show the music being played during the dancing on the show was not what was being played during the filming. In fact, it was difficult to match up the dancers and the music during editing because of the pace of the dancing being altered so much in editing. So I give Anthony a pass on this one. That's right. We were all joking that like the clapping does not match the music, right?
Yeah, no, that was.
As to the moral question, I thought there was a great one. As Gillian Horvath points out in the commentary on the DVD, in 1850, it's MacLeod who was the bad guy. Consone is acting according to the dictates of society at that time. He asked the girl's father for her hand, as was proper at the time. I don't know about that. We'll revisit that after I read the rest, I guess. Yeah. As to Max wanting to beat Consone in the circle, I took it to mean that Max's pride was hurt in 1850 by losing a fight and having a woman save him. And by God, he's going to beat Consone at Consone's game. A total pride and vanity move by MacLeod. Mythos would have had a field day. Gillian also pointed out how Consone's revenge was really a Highlander thing, someone who could have revenge for decades, for centuries. Keep up the good work. Jim from Detroit.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you, Jim. I've got thoughts. You guys have thoughts?
There is an element that, like, a kind of anachronistic element that, like, MacLeod is an interloper. Like, he is breaching societal norms. So that's not evil. Like,
right. He's not, like, really the bad guy.
But I think his point about, like, that Mac is the one out of, like, the culture of the times is perhaps well noted, but that's also like Consone is still just a piece of shit. Like,
right.
He doesn't need to treat Mac like garbage and then murder this woman. Like, that is not okay.
No, he's definitely a dastardly villain.
Quite dastardly is exactly the term for him.
No, he's like Dick Dastardly.
And I do agree with Jim's point and Gillian's point that like this is a very Highlander thing, like someone to have revenge through the centuries, like that's a great idea too.
Yeah.
You know, just as the Highlander concept, although it's not like through the centuries as much in this episode, although the character embodies that idea that like he's someone who could have taken revenge for centuries. I don't know. Do we ever get an episode like that? That would be kind of interesting, I suppose.
We get it in the Big Finish Highlander.
Oh, that's right.
episode.
That's right.
Very
They do
much
explore
so.
this concept poorly. Very
Yes.
good.
Also, like, I don't know that this is explored in it, but it's something I was thinking about, in part because I just read Madeline Miller's book, Circe, which is like I don't know, it's a fictionalized version of various Greek myths about the titular Circe. One of the things that's really compelling in this book is the way they depict gods and immortality, and like this kind of like vapid, boring existence that they lead, and one of the things they're always saying is like they crave novelty because that's the only thing that like breaks up their eternity. And one thing that I think could be interesting about a character, it's like has this preoccupation with vengeance because what else do you have to do? Like he's immortal, his immortality like hangs on him, like, you know, this curse in which nothing is new and you're bored by everything. It's like, well, what else do I have to do but avenge past wrongs? Like why am I supposed to get up in the morning? I don't think they explore that with Consone, but I think that's potentially something ripe. Because otherwise it's like, why are you doing this? Like,
Right.
why on earth do you need to seek vengeance on this scale? Anyway, side thought.
Great.
Time to get up, get the coffee on, and wreak some vengeance.
Right.
Wreak? Is that right? Wreak vengeance? I don't
Yep.
know if that's right. That's
Sure.
right.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Sure.
All right. Next email. Who's going to read it? Eamon? Kyle?
Yeah, I'll read it.
All right.
This is Mark's 3 things on Forgive Us Our Trespasses from Mark N., our friend. This was an episode that strangely countered deep, insightful Highlander moments with odd, unjustified Highlander moments. There was certainly a great story in here, but I feel it just didn't come together. For one, it was definitely done on a budget with a few extra characters, large battles, or extensive flashbacks. No quickening, and the reuse of old footage, while helpful, made the whole thing feel a lot more padded. I feel the end of the episode could have been made so much better had McLeod won and decided not to kill Keen, showing how he's able to surpass his moral quandary in the heat of battle versus just shooing Keen away and then explaining to Mythos and Amanda how battle decided who would be correct. Ugh. That denouement was terrible. Here are my 3 things. And here's his 3 things. Keith thought Duncan was using his Scottish accent at the end of the fight with Keen. While I heard a little of that lilt in Not This Time, it didn't really come out to me. What did come out, however, was when Duncan woke up from his flashback nightmare and almost struck Amanda next to him. And he definitely said, "It was just a dream," with the full accent and rolled R.
Dream.
Dream.
That's kind of funny. I don't know. Hearing Mark's message made me so irritated all over again about like the Mac's response to this whole thing.
Yeah, I really hated that.
Don't you see? You still don't get it.
You don't get it. You guys did pick apart Sean Burns' timeline with Keen quite accurately. One thing that could have come up was that if Sean knew that Stephen was out for revenge in 1779, you'd think that he could have brought it up with Duncan when they were all together for Gina and Robert's re-wedding in 1796. Or was it doctor-patient confidentiality a thing back then?
He just didn't want to bring down that wedding, man.
That's right.
That's pretty funny, though. Yeah, when was doctor-patient confidentiality created?
That's a very interesting question. Wow.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, but my guess is it's a more modern construction than that.
Yeah. Diplomatic immunity. I don't know why.
Also, I can't imagine him getting that information as his doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm a lawyer. This conversation is not privileged.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but when you record and broadcast a conversation, not privileged.
I thought all these podcasts were privileged information.
Yeah. Nor are most conversations that we would have unless you were explicitly seeking my legal advice.
So I shouldn't have mentioned all those crimes?
Yeah, no. Problem with the crimes. You should not, as a blanket default, confess crimes on air.
Okay.
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh, hate those crimes. Hate that movie.
Bad crimes, bad movie.
It all fits together.
Yeah. And Mark's third point, as Mac and Keen come together for their final battle amidst all the trains, one shot of Keen walking beside a train actually is recycled footage from 1 minute to midnight of Jacob Galati doing the same thing.
Oh, that's a good catch.
Yeah.
Galati, I forgot about that. What did we used to call him? What was his
Gelato.
name? Gelato, of course. Right.
Gelato.
It writes itself.
Sorry.
Good thing Keen had changed from his horrendous orange coat to a more conventional black.
That's right. Yeah, he was the Orange King or whatever.
Yeah, during his like club scene.
That's right. Clubbing with Amanda. Very good.
Yeah, that's some good shit right there.
It's a very ugly coat.
I'm going to read one real quick because there's a question we got this week from the moderator of the Highlander Discuss Facebook group. And here's a quick plug for them. Go join the group. Just search for Highlander Rewatch Discuss. And just, fill out the little questionnaire and you can get into the group and talk about Highlandery stuff and specifically this podcast. But Paul H. wrote us. He asks us, what is more Philadelphia, the sitcom It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or 30-something? Now, I got to confess, I've never seen 30-something, so.
Ditto.
It's been years and years, so.
Is 30-something as completely wacky as It's Always Sunny? Because if it isn't, then I would say It's Always Sunny seems to embody the weirdness of Philadelphia.
I don't think it's as weird, so I might have to go with It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. Although has anyone seen the new Philly show, Dispatches from Elsewhere?
No.
I've heard very good things about it, and
Really?
apparently it showcases the city very well. So,
Wow, who's in it?
Jason Segel,
Oh,
Andre 3000. What's her name?
What's her face?
Yeah, what's her face? Ah, damn it, Sally Fields, right?
Oh, wow.
Right. Saw Jason Segel walking around Philly while they were filming that. My fiance and I were at the cantina eating tacos, and who do we see walk by but a very tan Jason Segel who looks down and was like, that looks good, and then like kept going.
Right.
It was kind of wild. I was like, oh, well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was like a Philly thing over this last summer, right? Was like, and then Andre 3000 like had a weird wooden flute, and he would just walk around the city playing the flute. So there's all these like great Instagram and Twitter videos of. It's like we saw him, and they're just playing his little flute on like Walnut Street.
Very odd.
Yeah.
But more power to him. He can get away with that shit.
Sure. His last name is a number, so he can do whatever he wants.
That's the power of a number, baby.
That's right. All right. So next email. Here we go. Here. Let's see. So it's another one from Mark N. 3 things on forgive us our trespasses.
Did we skip one?
Oh, or did I just read a second one?
I
was just about to read Eamon's. I'm sorry.
No, Eamon just read number 3.
That's what I meant. Okay, so the next one we're doing actually is a voicemail. Here we go. So I get off the hook. You don't have to hear me read. Isn't that exciting?
I think it's going to be Kyle.
What's that?
I think it's Kyle's turn.
It's okay. It's my turn. We're gonna do a voicemail, right? Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Well, we've gone around once, right? We've gone around the horn once.
No, but
we
play the voicemail.
Kyle didn't get to go yet, but since
you did the second one, there's only been 2.
Only 2, baby.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you read one, Kyle.
And the Paul one.
Now this is raw, guys. We're not editing this out. Whoops.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you read the next one.
Also, we skipped number 2 and jumped to number 3, so I'm going to backtrack.
See, that's why I thought we had.
That's what I did. Whoops.
See,
sorry.
so Eamon, this is all your fault. So I'm going to just turn
my.
off your camera. Done. I apologize to everyone in the Zoom call and in podcast land.
I do not.
Okay.
So We're actually dipping our toes back into Duende with another email from Mark with Trace Things. First off, he notes that he is skipping 3 things about the ransom of Richard Redstone. Because, quote, put simply, it's horrible. I watched it but couldn't bear to get even my coarse-tooth comb to pick it apart any further than you guys did. Great job, rewatchers, sparing the rest of us fans from paying attention to this train wreck of an episode any more heed than we needed to. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, your things are great, but what would your 3 things for Ransom of Richard Redstone be? Just 3 fart noises?
Everyone do their fart noise. Beautiful.
What was the 3rd one? Did we miss one? Oh, well.
Okay, that's it, Eamon. It's like a weird bubbly sound.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a silent but deadly one.
That's right.
All right.
So on to Duende, a great outing and demonstration of McCloud's sense of honor being used in a more chivalrous way instead of as an annoying trope, as it has been seen in some later episodes in the series. Kudos to Richie as well, continuing on his path as a partner more than a sidekick, transitioning to Nightwing from Robin, as it were.
Oh.
I support that reference.
Yeah, that's good.
Here are my 3 things on Duende. Or really is Richie more of a Robin, more of a Jason Todd, if you will.
We know what happened to him. That was rough.
Yeah. Ooh, mama.
And that pipe, that's a Highlander weapon, though.
I thought it was a crowbar.
Oh, it was a crowbar.
Oh, sorry, guys. Never mind.
Pipe the crowbar, Dawn of Justice. Anyway, his 3 things. Despite being killed again in Haunted, the voice of Gerard Kagan, a.k.a. Sheriff Bad Guy, a.k.a. Inspector LeBron, a.k.a. many other voices in the show, is heard again as Teresa's dad, showing that even in the show, they can still cast local actors whose English is so bad that they have to get John Novak to voice them. That is very funny. Just the amount of times they need to sub out people is kind of amazing. Even when they filmed in Vancouver.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that's remarkable, is redubbing the English-speaking actors with just clearer speakers.
Yeah, and also, like, these people spoke English, too, in France. Like,
right.
Just not well enough, I guess.
I bet it was just fine.
Yeah.
Not well enough.
So the fancy Spanish music features the not Freddie Mercury voice heard earlier at various points in End of Innocence. Oddly, that episode also had a link to Ramirez, as Innocence featured his teacher and Duende one of his students.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait, so what's the connection to Ramirez in this one?
In Duende?
Yeah.
That Graham Ash was, I guess, Ramirez's...
But wasn't that End of Innocence?
Right, and then in Duende, I guess, Duncan is a student of Graham?
Well, Duncan's in every episode. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is that the connection? I don't know.
What am I missing?
Was Consone a student of Ramirez?
Did we miss that? Maybe we are forgetting that.
I don't remember.
I'm sure we would have brought that up on the podcast at the time. I'm having a tough time remembering if that was brought up, though, or like was mentioned in the show.
I don't remember it being mentioned. I don't know. We're missing something here.
Clearly.
Well, at least according to the Wikipedia, his teacher was Ramirez. I don't remember that being said in the episode, though.
Huh. It might
But
have
if
been,
you go on the Highlander wiki, it does say as much.
Interesting. We'll take that with a grain of salt, I think. But
Bad job, Ramirez. Bad job.
that's right.
Yeah, he really screwed the pooch with this one.
That's revolting.
Very good.
So the more you know. Anyway, and Wesley, you guys noted that Raw Dog Ryan, good reference. Thank you. We haven't busted that one out in a while. Offering a job to the 2 dancers, but not specifically why. He offhandedly mentioned that he is looking for entertainment for his hotel, a callback to previous episodes. There we go. That is the Ransom of Richard Redstone connection, right?
Yeah.
This episode, therefore, loses points for making us remember the previous episode.
That's funny.
Fair all around.
I can't believe it. I'm at the circus.
So good.
It is so good. Thank you, Mark. These are worthwhile insights here. I'm curious about if listeners know where this connection to Ramirez is explored. Are we just forgetting because it's been since it's been
A very long time.
It's been like 8 months since we covered this, or is this in some kind of extended Highlander media that we maybe don't have under our fingies?
Maybe it's the Rona. The Rona has gotten into our brain.
Oh, you think it's a side effect of that?
Probably.
All our Highlander knowledge?
I mean, I feel like I'm generally forgetting things during this period because all days blur together and I forgot what the concept of time designates. If I didn't have to bill time to clients, I don't think I would understand the passage of time anymore.
It's pretty rough.
But I believe, Keith, you have a voicemail for us.
That's right. We're back to this. So, so we've got this. This is also from September. Whoops. This is a voicemail. We got an audio message here from a friend of the show, super fan, podcast adjacent gentleman, David G. And so I'm going to play this for you. This was in reference to the episode 516, Forgive Us Our Trespasses, specifically to set the stage. So that's the one with Keen, I guess, right?
Yes.
And at the end, they're playing on the barge. They're playing chess or whatever, right? With Mythos and Amanda. Mythos. All right, so.
Mythos Sukasa.
That's pretty good. I'm thinking
That's right.
How's my Mythos impression?
It's wonderful.
It is bad.
Okay, fine. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? Here we go with the voicemail.
Voicemail vision.
Jeez, David, I'm yelling at my phone because you guys don't get that the chess game is it's fucking Duncan saying that he played them all like chess pieces, like he's the mastermind. It doesn't have shit to do with Darius. It has to do with a fucking obvious scene. He's like, look at how smart I am. I played you all like fucking pieces because I'm the game master. Jesus Christ, is there any you couldn't see that? Oh my God. Really, guys? Really? Holy shit. Highlander something that I would say. Anyway, also, there are a pair of jeans that you can wear that help you get that extra kick. Chuck Norris used to endorse them and sell them in the back of Black Belt magazine. They have a special, the way the seam is constructed, it's like a triangle runs along the underside, or more like a quadrangle, runs along the underside of your crotch. That gives you that extra give, I guess. Just a skosh more to make those kicks. Anyway, great show, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
I'm kind of obsessed with this message.
Pretty good.
Also,
I want those pants.
We're going to be talking about those pants, I think, soon.
Yeah. That's kind of amazing. So what do we think of this point about the image of playing them like chess pieces?
I mean, it does kind of make perfect sense.
Like, it makes sense, but it's dumb.
Yes.
I think it's right. Like, I think this is perhaps the correct interpretation.
Oh, yeah. No, I think if I recall correctly, and I could be misremembering, but I think we might have missed that very obvious, not so subtle visual cue. But I think more our problem was like that Duncan's a dickhead.
Exactly.
I think that's why we were mad.
I think David is correct in positing that is the image that it is supposed to evoke, but that is dumb. Like, that is a stupid way for this to be. It makes Duncan insufferable. Also, it's like you're scheming, like you're playing like a chess piece, this guy whose life you fucking ruined already. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think mostly we hate Duncan.
He's awful. Like, he's very terrible in this episode. Actually, but only in this moment. honestly, like, this moment recontextualizes everything he does previously in the episode and makes him a dickhead. 'Cause I think otherwise he's in a somewhat sympathetic and difficult position where, you know, he has to reconcile with legitimate wrongs that he has committed, and perhaps the legitimate anger directed at him from Keen that this like cycle of vengeance has produced. All that's interesting stuff. But then for him at the end, be like, oh, I played you like chess pieces, is just kind of a dick move. It just like makes him seem like an asshole who's not actually taking the stakes of this seriously. But what do I know?
You're probably listening to everyone.
Yeah. What I do know is that call tickled me. Thank you, David.
Yes. And we got a lot of seamstress info, I guess, or what would you call that? Emming info? All those different facts about pants?
Yeah. Pants facts. Do we have some more pants facts?
We might.
And some Chuck Norris facts.
Yeah, so not only did David call us about it, but friend of the show, Emma P., sent us an email with a picture. I'm going to display that for you guys. So, yeah, we were talking about how can you kick in jeans, right? That's the way this all went.
Yeah, that was part of this, because there's some high kicks going on here.
So these are the Chuck Norris action jeans. You guys think of this?
This is kind of amazing. Also, I like that we get to choose between mustache Norris and full-on beard Norris.
Yeah.
Keith,
what do you think of this? Look at this. That
are you
seam in
able
there.
to
There it
zoom?
is.
Thank you.
There it is. That lets the whole thing be possible, guys.
Oh, these were like Lululemons before they were Lululemons.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I think you guys had a picture of this. We should have played the catalog game with this.
Yeah,
we well.
I would have blown it. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a good deal. 1995.
Yeah, I honestly think I would have guessed 40 on these. I think is where I would have come out.
They might be $40 today.
Well,
what's going on here in the corner? Look at this. Boom.
Bam, take that, you piece of shit.
Right in the dick, too.
Yeah, right.
Is that Chuck kicking in the
it is.
Catalog?
He's actually doing his best Ken from Street Fighter impression in that one.
All right, well, I'm gonna close this. So those are the Chuck Norris action jeans. All right.
Nice. I heard the Hadouken at the end.
I was telling my friend about this. When I was in school, I was witnessing a fight, like a schoolyard fight.
Oh, wow.
One of the kids who was beating the other kid up was like yelling Street Fighter moves as he was beating the kid up.
Was he winning?
And were those Street Fighter moves like the actual moves he was doing?
He was not actually doing the moves, but like he'd punch the kid and he'd go like Hadouken.
That's amazing.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, that's my
good.
story.
Wow. All right, who wants to read the next one?
Boom.
Should I read this one?
Yeah, you read it.
All right, cool. So this is from February, and this is from Joseph in Los Angeles. That's right. He says, as the series wraps up, I wanted to write in and say thanks to the podcast. I've been listening for 2 to 3 years and think I've heard all of the episodes. I've never watched Highlander because born in 91, maybe I'm a couple years too young, or just didn't have any horny old ladies in my life.
Yeah.
And it's fun to listen to the podcast episodes and try to imagine what Highlander is. I don't mean this as an insult, but a lot of listening gets done at work and commuting as kind of background noise, and I'm still not sure how Duncan and Connor McLeod relate. At one point, I thought they might have been the same person. Wow. Also, not sure WTF a watcher is, but that job position seems irrelevant. Wow. Anyway, I think you guys make a great discussion team of both funny and serious material, and thanks for all the entertainment. My favorite episode is probably the bitching about bar exits.
People love that shit.
Oh, boy. I also like the name your representative game, the pricing game, and all of Eamon's impersonations. It's pretty impressive that you stuck through to the end, plus all the bonus content. Thanks again, Kyle, Eamon, and Keith, and all the Highlander fans out there. Joe from Los Angeles.
Wow. So I am amazed that someone gets utility out of our show and delighted that someone gets utility out of our show without having watched the series or the movies.
And we should also give a big thank
That's
you to
cool.
Joseph. He donated $20 to the podcast, and so thank you very much for doing that. It really means a lot.
You're
Very
a
generous.
beautiful man.
I hope you still listen,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope you are healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Very good.
If he wants to do that, he better start going to bed
I
like
know.
early
Yeah.
and maybe waking up early. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe. I don't know. That last part might be optional.
Mm.
But
Wow.
maybe save some pennies.
yeah,
'Cause then
I'm
I'll
kind
burn
of entertained by the watcher job being irrelevant because it kind of does seem irrelevant.
Well, Joe's extremely shitty at it. Like, I don't see how he's picking up a paycheck.
Right.
Yeah, he's so bad at watching. I guess he does most of his job back of house.
You know what else is kind of interesting? Like, I mean, I get the notion in the Watchers that like, well, they, you know, they never interfere. They don't want to be seen. But like, as a byproduct of that, like, their history is only the history of like what an immortal is doing. Like, oh,
Right.
Duncan's a fucking newspaper dude, and then he killed this guy, and it's like, okay, shrug, I guess. Like, shouldn't they also maybe have someone befriend? I don't know. Like, what about all the like regular history
Yeah.
that they don't talk about?
What do you mean all the
Like these people have lived through like historical events. I don't know. Like their history, the Watcher's history never represents that, I guess. Like the insight these people may have had to give like firsthand accounts, I guess. But that's a whole different argument. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm babbling. There's one more email left. How about that? Exciting.
Wait, I have a quick question. So do you think the Watchers, like before indoor plumbing was invented, like watched immortals like take doo-doos in the woods and stuff?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, so before indoor plumbing, when they were Watchers, do you think like a Watcher watched an immortal like poop in the woods?
I mean, not hearing you was not the reason I said what.
Oh, okay. These are the things I think about.
Yeah. It's like
That be in your reboot? If you wrote the reboot?
If I do the reboot, that's all it's going to be.
Watchers watching people shit in the woods.
Yep. Just going to be like, interesting.
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
That's Duncan's wiping technique.
Ew.
I forget whether this was in the Game of Thrones series, but in the books, light spoily, when Jaime has to like keep the books of the Kingsguard, he reads some of the old entries, and one of them every day starts with like July 17th, whatever and ever, King so-and-so moved his bowels, and that's how every single entry starts. It's very
That's funny. I thought you were going to say they wiped their doo-doos with like dragon scales or something.
I mean, that's living high on the hog. Actually, they use the 3 shells from Demolition Man.
Yeah, the 3 seashells. I didn't read the article, but I saw some like clickbaity article that was like the 3 seashells finally explained. And I didn't click on it, but I
I
should have.
just assumed Rob Schneider made a joke about it and somebody made a
Yeah.
Right.
article, but you
Well,
know,
that was one of the famous Stallone Schneider collaborations.
yeah. I mean, it's no Judge Dredd. Actually, it's better than Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely better than Judge Dredd.
it has Wesley Snipes.
It's true.
Sorry.
Famous tax evader, Wesley Snipes, whose
Yeah.
side note is great in that Dolomite movie they made.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I saw the whole movie without realizing that it was Wesley Snipes, and he crushes it. Like,
Snipes is great. I recently rewatched Blade 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Those movies are very good.
Not so much Trinity, huh?
I've never seen Trinity. I can't bring myself to watch it.
I don't think I've ever seen it either, actually. I think I've just seen like clips of like fucking Ryan Reynolds fighting on a roof.
Mm.
Mm.
Blade 1 and 2, very good though.
Mm.
I'll have to rewatch those. I have not seen those since like I was a youngin.
Aren't they making new Blade movies?
They are with Green Book.
Yeah, with Green Book.
I do like Marshall Ali a lot. I think he's quite good.
He's a very talented actor.
Hey man, are you drinking one of those fancy whipped coffee beverages?
I am.
I love it. Living it up on a Sunday.
Hello. I'm going to be jittering like a freak later.
Like a bug?
Yeah, like a bug.
Mm.
Proverbial jitterbug.
Jitterbug. I'm going
Last
to
thing
start listeners' nightmares by my faces.
Yeah. Who's reading this last bad boy?
Do you want to read it, Kyle?
Sure. This is a fine message from Josh via Patreon.
Oh,
He says, "Hey guys, I started re-listening for like the 4th or 5th time. Hell yeah.
holy shit. That's awesome.
Yeah,
We love those stats, baby."
that's right.
And I heard in the first episode that you guys hadn't watched the series in years. I'm wondering now, have you watched the entire series since the show started, or are you only watching what you need for recording sessions? Do you ever go back and watch the better episodes again now just for your random fandom?
I can start. Go ahead, Eamon.
Yeah. Oh, no. Do you want to go, Keith? Or
Sure.
like,
Yeah, it's weird. Well, when this whole thing started, I had actually watched the first season, and at the end of the first season, I was like, "Ooh, this would be a fun podcast," and called you guys. But once I hit that point, I stopped watching entirely. So I don't know. It's been, in some ways, it's been weird because, like, part of me, well, at least when we first started, like, just wanted to binge the show. But it's also good to not know what's coming, really. I mean, I only have like my, rely on my memories for what's coming up or whatever. But they're not fresh in my mind. So it's cool to read.
Yeah, likewise. I have made it a point, and I agree that it's been tricky sometimes to not watch ahead of where we are. But to answer the second part of the question, a few of my favorites in the many years since we started this, I've gone back and like rewatched again. And like I've rewatched the premiere and rewatched like some real heavy hitters like Valkyrie and stuff like that over the time. But
leader of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like but I don't know. I tried to the extent possible to preserve that like first view for the show.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know. I think a decision we made early was to try to take each episode as they come without thinking too far ahead of what happens, as I guess an editorial position for the podcast to take.
Yeah, we don't like spoil things.
Right.
Or we try not to for the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both not to spoil and like just analytically to make our first approach on something be, what would I think at the time if I saw this for the first time?
Right.
Tends to be the approach we take. So to try to preserve that, I try to avoid thinking about things that come afterwards, which I would necessarily do if I watched too far ahead.
Yeah. So, and Eamon, oh, good.
Yeah, I would just say I would watch ahead once we were done the season to try to come up with the season artwork. But I'll mostly go back and watch like clips, like I've watched the Mythos speech to Duncan about how many people he's killed, a bunch.
How many was that?
10,000?
Oh, okay. 10,000.
10,000. Like, so I watch clips of parts I like mostly.
Like that Carl Robinson Duncan fight in the gym.
Yes.
Like,
I watched the clip of the guy going outstanding.
Right.
I love that clip. The bitches in heat clip. That's a quote from the show. That's a quote from the show.
I know.
Just the people that aren't. I'm not just cussing ladies out.
That's right. Now, Eamon, you and I a couple years ago did get together and watched. Did we watch Endgame and I think The Source in one night?
I believe we did.
Yeah.
I don't know where Kyle was. Kyle, you were busy.
I was not present for this.
Yeah, but like I think you had not seen I think you had seen Endgame at a bar.
Yes.
Which is good. But never seen The Source, so we wanted to kind of dip our toes into it. But also that was like years ago now, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember that much from The Source.
I don't either. I remember we watched some.
I remember that guy's helmet. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And how good it was.
Oh, that too, obviously.
I can't wait to talk about that. Lovely movie.
Yep. Soon.
Endgame. I'm excited. I'm actually excited to talk about Endgame.
Well, talking to Lambert the other day got me really amped to talk about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for writing in. We're sorry again it's taking us this long to get to everyone's reader mail, but we're getting through it, which is good.
Keep it coming, baby.
That's right. So some of our upcoming episodes, we're going to do some more reader mail like this. I think we've talked about, some people have submitted some music selections, their recommendations. So we might like play a couple of them either on here, maybe on Patreon. We'll see. And just kind of give our thoughts on the music you shared and help share that music a little bit more with everybody, which would be cool. I hope everyone enjoyed the music episodes. If you did, let us know. We'll do another one. If it wasn't really your thing, I guess, oh well.
Some people have let us know it was not their thing.
Isn't that nice?
Rock and roll!
That's right.
Oh, Liverpool Eamon's back.
Hello, boys. It's me. I love rock and roll music. I love rocking and rolling every night.
Wow.
That's
That
a
seems
lot.
tough. That's a lot of work.
It's very exhausting.
You can't go to bed early or wake up early living that lifestyle.
I'm neither healthy, wealthy, or wise, isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, we hope everyone does stay healthy by keeping wise. Ooh, look at that transition. And, washing your hands, wearing your face masks, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, stay safe out there. As things, start to normalize, we're going to eventually have a discussion about, yeah, get on with it. We'll have a discussion about, bringing the show's regular format back. But, we'll take it one step at a time as new information becomes available. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Make sure to write us if you have any questions or want to contribute to the show at HighlanderRewatched@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram at HighlanderRewatched. And hit us up on Twitter at The Rewatchers. So, Eamon's going to be posting stuff from those accounts, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, and also
follow Mr. Eamon B. Doc on Instagram if you want to see this sweet, sweet artwork.
That's right.
Thank you, sir. And follow the Highlander official Instagram account.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for I know a lot of people started following it after our Christopher Lambert interview. But yeah, if you haven't already, head on over there and click the subscribe button or follow button, I guess, on Instagram.
Yeah, it's a solid follow.
Good people, good posts, good
People,
stuff.
good posts.
Good
Good
people.
food, good people, good posts.
Papa
Good
John.
food. Papa John. Did you see Papa John's mansion? He did like a tour of his mansion.
Ugh.
It's obscene how grandiose this fucking thing is.
Is it all like pizza art?
Yeah, it's all pizza. It's all just pizza boxes piled up.
Yeah. We'll have to watch. I'll have to watch that now.
Yeah.
And the N word is written on
Yowza.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna. Yep, Papa John's.
Papa John, an
Well-
American hero.
We've been your rewatchers.
That's right. I'm Keith.
This is Kyle.
This is Eamon.
Bye, everybody. Be safe.
Bye.